How you doing? Welcome to Volume 11. My prostate is trying to kill me. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer, and glad that you're along for the ride. I'm actually in Pahrump, Nevada right now. I'm heading back to California. I had my daughter and my granddaughter with me for a week, and so I just drove out here and dropped them off. And I apologize, the beard's not looking too good, but that's what I get having to put the masks on and take them off all day long. It doesn't look real good after all that. But the sun's going down. That accounts for the lighting in here. I apologize for that. Little sad right now. Okay, a lot sad. I'm gonna miss my daughter and my granddaughter. But heading back into California. I had my third day of radiation treatment today, and boy, it's just slick. It goes so fast. My technicians are awesome. They're just amazing girls. Pop in there, get it done, and out I go. And today, no big thing with the gown, and I got to look through there and find out who gave me the suggestion. I apologize, because I don't remember who suggested it, but tying the little string first and then slipping it over like a t-shirt worked like a charm. So I will find out who you are, and I will thank you. But I appreciate that so much, because I didn't feel nearly as uncoordinated. Still let it fly in the back, though. It was open buns as I went cruising along. So got that done, hopped in the truck with the girls. We drove out, stopped in Baker. It was 122 degrees in Baker. I posted up on Instagram and Facebook some of the pictures of the thermometer. It was crazy how hot it was. We stopped at Del Taco. Girls needed to use the restroom, and just touching the door was ridiculously hot. You could like grab it and try to pull it open. It's crazy. How people live in that heat, I have no idea. Granted, I've lived the vast majority of my life within a mile of the beach, so anything above 75 seems hot to me. But that was just crazy hot. All right, so what were we talking about with? Oh yeah, when I got diagnosed with cancer, I was sitting in a wheelchair. I was in Memorial Care Hospital in Fountain Valley. Fountain Valley, and just getting checked in to get my suprapubic catheter put in, which is a tube that goes from my abdomen. They drill a hole through you, and it goes through your abdomen and then into your bladder, and then they insert the tube in there that's made out of silicone, and it has a little bulb on the end, and then once it's in there, they take saline solution, they pump it into the bulb, and that expands the little ball so that it can't come out. And so they went ahead and did that, and then it was supposed to just be an outpatient thing where I would go in, get that done, and then I'd be able to go home that night. But unfortunately, when I came out and it was in the recovery room, Kelly, my wife, lifted up, she wanted to see what was going on, so she lifted up the blanket. And I apologize in advance, this is a little gross, but there was all kinds of blood and clotting and terribleness going on in my nether regions. So she called the nurse came in and she took a look at it, and she's like, "Ooh, that's not supposed to do that." So we had the doctor come in, and he agreed, not supposed to do that. So they ended up taking me to the emergency room and checked things out. And they said, okay, well, the bladder is revolting. It's spewing out a lot of stuff. So they went ahead and put me in a hospital room. And then the idea was to try and get the bladder under control. I guess it was spasming and blood clotting and all this kind of stuff coming out. And so they started doing tests on it, and it just wasn't good. Things were not going well. So rather than getting to go home that afternoon, I ended up staying in the hospital. And that night, the doctor came in, and they were running a bunch of tests on me and stuff. And he says, man, I hate to tell you this. He goes, but your kidneys are shutting down. He said, that's the reason that because now that I have this tube, you hook a bag up to it, and basically that's how I pee now, is out of this tube. So they had the bag hooked up to it, and the bag wasn't filling up the way that it should have for the amount of IV that they were giving me. So they're keeping track of the amount of fluid that went in and how much fluid came out, and it wasn't matching up. So they did the tests on it. They went in and did some x-rays and looked at it, and they said both of your tubes coming out of your kidneys, and I apologize, I don't remember the medical names for them, but between your kidneys and your bladder, they're both jammed up, and your kidney, it's backed up in your kidneys, and your kidneys have shut down. So what they were going to do was put two tubes in there, one for each kidney, and then those would come out my back, and then I would have drain tubes back there. So basically what they were looking at was 3 tubes coming out of my body, 1 out of the front and 2 out of the back. And needless to say, that didn't make me happy. I don't think it would have made anybody happy. And so I thought, this is crazy. So I got on social media, and this probably sounds a little silly, but I got on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, and I just said, hey, anybody that knows me, if you want to pray for me, if you want to send me good vibes, good thoughts, shaka, whatever it is you want to send me, I'll take it. And just prayed myself, and my family prayed, just put my faith in God that I wasn't going to end up with 3 tubes. And that was a rough night. And then lo and behold, doctor comes in the next morning and he says, hey, we're going to do another quick check. Then we're going to take you in and put the tubes in. So he came back a little bit later and he says, wow, he goes, that's really amazing. He says, your kidneys are both working at about 110% and all the blockages are gone in those tubes. So overnight, my kidney started to work again. The tubes cleared up, the drainage tubes into my bladder, so I didn't have to have the other 2 tubes installed. And I just lost it. I mean, that was just fantastic. I could feel all the support from everybody that had prayed for me and, sent me shaka and good thoughts, good vibes, and, whatever it was they sent to me, it all worked. I mean, it all amazingly worked. So when people tell you that, that, hey, I'm sending you good thoughts, take them. People say, hey, I'm sending you good vibes, take them. Shaka, whatever it is, it works. It absolutely works. So, a lot of people discount it if you don't say, oh, I'm going to say a prayer for you. Man, whatever it is you feel, whatever it is you believe in, if you send it my way, I'll take it. And everybody else should too. Just be open to it. It's positive, and it makes a huge difference in your life and how things work out. So I know I'm going on, and I don't want to make this video too long, but it was just incredible to feel all of that positive energy coming my way, and then to see that result. So now instead of having 2 or 3 tubes hanging out of me, I just have the 1. And like I said, I'm the silver lining kind of guy. So as I'm driving along right now, and I won't move the camera to show you, but I have that tube that comes out of my abdomen, and it has a cork in the end of it. And normally during the day, I don't plug anything into it. When I go to bed at night, I plug it back into it, and I don't have to get out of bed all night. I get to stay in bed. Silver lining. Right now, I'm hauling down the freeway. I just left Pahrump, Nevada. I'm not going to have to stop again until I get to Huntington Beach, because I got my overnight bag plugged in, and it's down on the floor in between my legs. So before, I would have to stop every 20 minutes to take a leak. And now, I'm just going to fly home, and then I'll empty the bag when I get home. So, you know what? Whatever happens in life, you just got to make the best of it. And trust me, that's a silver lining, I mean, not that I'd rather not have cancer, and I'd rather be able to use my normal plumbing, but it is what it is. So, thanks for watching this one. I'm going to start paying attention to the road here and try to make it home safely. But I'll have episode 12 tomorrow. And again, thank you for everybody that has subscribed and clicked the like button. If you haven't and you want to take the ride with me, please do so. Click the subscribe button below. Give me a thumbs up if you like that. And again, God bless you all. Thank you for all the positive energy you're sending me my way as I'm fighting cancer. Love to have you along for the ride. And man, have a good one. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? And remember, don't fear the finger.